First, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that preach this word in sincerity and in truth. Right? Right, and I want to do an edification once again. Quick video, quick edification, to show that prophecies is unfolding. This is a more or less like an update video to what I did last week. So that update video from last week showing that food prices is going up. Me and the brother Lama did a video talking about the food prices, flour basically going up again. And now a sack of flour is $100. According to what brand it is, it's even more. Right? It's even more. And as you can see here, I will go into this article real quick. And I will bring some edification. Right? Because this year, the spike in food prices, the spike in basically cost of living, this could lead to strike, and strike could lead to civil unrest, right? And that could lead to a whole lot of tralala. So it says raise of $156 KFC increases prices of its meal, right? It says meal to go. A man leave KFC Independence Square Port of Spain outlet on Tuesday. The same day, the fast food chain increased the price of some of its meal by between $1.50 to $6. Okay. $1.50 to $6. So you see how much that raised by, right? It says KFC has increased the price of its meal by $1.50 to $6. CEO Prestige Holding Simon Hardy confirmed on Tuesday customers noted that increase, and several posts were made on Facebook about the change. Hardy said the company is facing higher prices for their raw material and had tried not to pass the cost of the public onto the public, but this was unsustainable as we are facing unprecedented times with the increase in the price of chicken, oil, imported goods, foreign cost, and now flour. We had to take a balanced approach, he told Newsday. Right? He says, we had to take a balanced approach, he told Newsday. In this case, our flour, Hardy was referring on National Flour Mills' announcement on Tuesday that the price of the wholesale flour would be increased by 33% and 28% to retail as of Wednesday. As of KFC, Hardy said the price for some meal wasn't changed, but the number of chicken prices and size were reduced, which means less food but for the same price. So you see what's going on there. Less food for the same price. And me personally, and this is to show that prophecy is really unfolding, right? Because we enter into famine, right? We enter the famine, as a matter of fact. There's a perfect scripture to start with. This is um the book of, where is that? Jeremiah 28 and 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and evil and pestilences. Right? War, evil, and pestilences. And that is exactly what's going on right now. We've seen war in Ukraine, right? Last year it had crops eaten out, and not crops, locusts eating out crops in Moruga, right? All this is a form of evil, select here. All this is a form of evil, right? It didn't mention famine, but it have an order in which Yahweh Shemeshai does things, right? Like in the time of in the time of the Exodus, right? It's a sequence. The Lord does do things, and that sequence we're playing right over again. You see? So it goes on. He says, so it says, price and side was reduced, which means less food for the same price. He said, now that the people are shopping with a tighter wallet, the price needed to be adjusted to charter for them as well. We are all trying to get through these unprecedented times, and hopefully in 12 to 18 months the prices may go back down, which I never seen in history yet. In history of Trinidad, food prices going up, or at least I don't remember. So let me just say that. So KFC meals had a price adjustment last July, right? Last July. So we didn't even reach we didn't even reach in July yet. Not even a year pass, and the food prices raise again, right? It says, and as $5 increase to $20 in delivery charges in November. In March, KFC announces that customers would have to pay $2 extra for condiments, which was not well received. This price hike was withdrawn. So, and that is exactly, it says it wasn't received by the customers, and that's exactly what the consumers need to. The consumers need to strike. But at the end of the day, this is prophecy. It says, Newsday visited KFC on Frederick Street, Port of Spain, to find out if customers noticed the increase and what they had to say about it. Anne Marie Calam, who was on her way from work, said, I stopped buying KFC after the increase last year, so this new one isn't bothering me at all. And I was referring to the price hike announced in July, when meals like the Big Deal and Boss Meal increased by $2.05. She said after that she never looked back, and now mainly consumes vegetables because of her age. Right? And I will just stop for the hour. And I would have stopped it because I basically get everything I needed. And I want to draw the video, but it's clear to show that we enter into a different phase. We enter into this stage of famine, right? We enter into the stage of the grinding ceasing, you know? That is the stage we enter into. Come on, the phone stick. Select, yeah. Phone stick. Right. It says, for behold, Isaiah 3:1, for behold, the Lord our God, the Lord Yahweh of hosts, will take away from Jerusalem and Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, right? Flour, bread, right? And the whole stay of water, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet, and the prudent and the ancient. Right? So the Lord will then take away the staff, the support of this kingdom. You know, because we all know that the staff represent the support. Right? So the Lord taking away the support of this kingdom, this system, right? This the stay of bread, right? The whole grain, flour, the flour mill, right? The food prices, the spike in all these things. Right? The Lord taking it away. The Heavenly Father is going to doing this. He doing this. Right? You people need to understand that the Heavenly Father is doing this because prophecies need to be fulfilled. Right? This is Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 16. It says, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff which is the support of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread in wheat and with care. Right? So people go be cautious of how they eating bread. Right? They go eat piece of bread, they go eat it in way. Right? It says, and in care, right? So they ain't gonna, in other words, you won't be wasting. Right? And that is exactly what it is doing a time of famine. You don't eat out everything. You just be waiting. You just, hey, I will save this for tomorrow. I will save this for later. You see, this here is for next week. Right? That is when humans going to start to have discipline. Right? It says, and they shall drink water by measure. Right? See how water has been wasting in the streets? They're going to drink it. They're going to drink water by measure. They're going to eat food by measure. And with astonishment, that they may bread, that they may want bread and water, and be astonished one with another, and consume away for their iniquity. Right? Ezekiel 7:15, it says, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city famine. Right? This metropolis, this ready-made kingdom, right? They shall die from famine. A lot of people, and this is just the beginning of sorrow, right? Nothing really happened yet. Right? So that is why we're bringing all these videos, because it's about to come. The real dread famine is about to come. When food gonna be scarce. When flour gonna be the necessity of everyday life are going to be very, very scarce, right? It says, and pestilence shall devour him. You see? Let's see what a scripture line up with this here. Ezekiel 5:12, it says, and the third parts of thee shall die with pestilence and with famine, shall they be consumed in the midst of thee, and the third part shall fall by the sword round about thee, and I will scatter thee, the third part into the wind, and I will draw the sword. Come. Jeremiah 14:18, if I go forth into the field, then behold the slain with the sword. And if I enter into the city, then behold them that are sick with famine. Yea, both the prophets and the priests go about into the land that they know not. Right, and that sword is that, and that sword in talking about, even if you put it in that aspect, the sword in how they literally talk about a glittering sword, you know. Right? Lord, that sword, it could be a spiritual sword, right? And Esau have the weapon, right? He had to have that physical weapon to to bring down or to kill, right? He have that sword within the spirit, right? To devour, right? A sword in different ways. How to put it? He was blessed with a physical sword, or he was blessed with a physical sword, right? So he could switch up that sword in any type of way. Now the sword he bringing is a famine, right? Because a sword, what a sword does do, a sword is a weapon, and a weapon does destroy, right? And what famine going to do? A famine going to destroy, right? People die from famine, right? Starvation. So that with the sword represents also. So this place going to done, right? The Lord gonna wring this place dry. This kingdom, Esau kingdom, gonna wring dry. And if 2/3 of the nation of Israel will turn back from the wicked ways, the Lord gonna drink. You gonna be a part of this destruction. But the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yeshai, say He gonna save the nation of Israel out of this disaster, right? And not just Israel, but His elect, right? The ones who know, the ones who really know and who doing His work, they and their family are going to be saved, right? What else I have here? That's basically it. That's basically it. So, with that, I give all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yashai, and I will honestly the apostles of great millstone rule well. Until next time, I say Shalom.